Another one of them mornings where I just almost didn't, but we're going to, right? And I think a very important topic today: letting go to the best of our ability, right? Emotionally, physically, spiritually, over a nice cup of coffee, we're going to learn to let go. I'm going to remind myself of the importance of letting go uh, of things, of emotions, of pain, struggle, the boulder that we're so used to carrying, that boulder of pain and insecurity and shame that we've been carrying our whole life, right? So it becomes a part of us. How could we ever let it go? I deserve it. I own it. It's mine. Why would I ever let it go? Well, it's time to work on that because I don't want to live in that place anymore. I don't know about you, but carrying that fucking boulder has been it's been a real pain in the old ass. So, but yeah, letting go. Any thoughts or comments on how you do so would be appreciated. Or as always, I don't know what I'm doing, so or where I'm going or what the deal is. I'm seeking truth, so we can find it together. Hopefully, this concept of letting go can bring us closer to a place of acceptance and appreciation for who we are. Tree farmer, here we go again. Awesome, brother. I'm glad to see you this morning. Talking about letting go today. Something that I struggle with. I hold on to things so tight. How do you do with letting go, brother? How do you hold on? How do you let go? Do you hold on too tight? Let's start a poll. Come on, start it. Let's see. What's simple? Can you go? Anyway, let's see. Here we go again. In a good way, I hope, brother. In a good way. Nick. Hello. Nick and Nick. It's good to see you this morning. We're working on letting go and the concept thereof, physically, spiritually, emotionally. We'll figure that out as I wake up. I know. Reflecting on medicine that I need to hear because, despite all these beautiful things I say, I struggle. And that's the reality of it. I'm human. I'm sick of seeing all this stuff out there that makes me feel like I'm missing a page in the book of how to, right? Like everybody's got a clue and I don't. Um, well, I think we're all kind of lost out there. And I'm here to admit it. I don't know shit. I'm seeking the truth. Yeah, I've tried fixing that truck last night and it never did turn. So I jumped through the hoops backwards for no reason. I don't know about no reason, brother. I'm glad you're out there pushing. I'm glad you're out there working. Let go of that struggle and that pain. I know that it's a big thing for you to have that truck, tree farmer. Guys out there, double tap that screen. Your thumbs will definitely fall off. I promise you that. As we discuss letting go, man, letting go of the struggle, letting go of the animosity for yourself for trying, man. You tried. Let's all give Tree Farmer a little bit of love for trying out there despite the struggle, bro. I send you love, man. I'm sending you appreciation for giving it a whirl. I'm glad you were out there doing it. I struggled yesterday, man, trying to get shit done, and I did, and it wasn't exactly the way that I wanted it to be, but that's why we're talking about letting go today. Letting go of that boulder pain and resentment against ourselves because we tried and it didn't work out the way that we thought it should. It was worth it, brother. You tried. You put effort in out there yesterday, and it was worth it. And it might not seem like worth it because it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. And me understand that was my day yesterday. It caused immense amount of anxiety and stress. I appreciate it, man. Convenient and hydraulic fluid letting it said 108. I only had 2 water bottles to wash my hands. See, man, you went through the struggle yesterday, tree farmer. Sorry, I need to And you really need. I think I'm starting to need glasses here, but you should commend yourself for the struggle, man. You did your best. You pushed forward, and now it's time to let go of all that work you put in because it didn't work out the way that you thought it should. It's time for me to let go of the way I thought things should be. Right? It's time to have a cup of coffee and reflect on letting go and how that can truly help us, and setting down that boulder of pain and what it truly means. Ko Pasha. I'm not sure about your question there, Kay. Uh, I'm still waking up this morning. Maybe you could. I don't want to slaughter what you're trying to say here. I'm a little dyslexic. I'm a little bit just woke up. Um, Allah is what I'm not sure. Schiffer. I'm not sure. I don't know, man. I don't mean to skip past that, but like I said, I'm just getting coffee in my brain. It's barely started, and I'm working on letting go of this shit I pile upon myself. There, Kay. I appreciate you. Whatever you feel is right. We're putting down the boulder of pain. How about that? Put down that boulder of resentment and anxiety for the things that we wish would have played out the way that we wish they would have played out. Um, you know, I wish that things could be different. I wish that I could do better. I wish I could be better. Um, but you know what? It's exactly what it needs to be for me to learn the lessons I need to learn, despite the struggle. I mean, because of the struggle, right? I mean, shit. Without the struggle, we don't learn shit. But we got to learn to let go of that shit, that boulder that comes along with the struggle, that boulder of pain that we've been preconditioned to believe that we deserve to carry around. That boulder of pain, that boulder of shame, the boulder of animosity for the truck not working out the way that it worked. Yes, you thought it should have yesterday. The torment of not having enough. And that enough basic things to keep yourself clean and push forward, man. It's rough, bro. That's rough. You got a lot going on out there, and hopefully, with no expectations, hopefully we can come visit sometime and alleviate a little bit of that through just camaraderie without expectation. Tree farmer, brother, I'm here for you. My heart goes out to you, dude, 110%. I hope that's clear. Um, I hope that's clear. Said it's a acknowledge when your cup is empty. Acknowledge when you need to fill it and how to fill it. Because I don't think I have been. My cup's been empty for a long time, and I haven't been. I've been working on letting go of the expectations, but they're still there, and I still hold on to that boulder of pain that defines me. Right, that weighs me down and crushes me. Yesterday was a very crushing day. I'll admit that. Okay, good morning. Good day to you, Scott, and to all turtles. Bless you as well. Let's send some love to Tree Farmer. A rough day yesterday. We're going to start his day off a little bit better today. Start our days off a little bit better today through acceptance, appreciation, and this concept of letting go. Right? It's time to let go. Time to let go of the pain, the anguish, the boulder, the shame, the bullshit, the expectations. Man, what it should be, what it could be. Be in the moment and live with the decisions we've made. That can be a rough one, but it's all right, man. It's gonna be okay. We have the best of intentions, and that's what matters. If you're here having a cup of coffee, indulging in this conversation, I'm sure that you have the best of intentions. If not, I don't know what to tell you. I'm still waking up and wish I knew what to say at the moment, but set that down. We do have 6 voters in our poll. Can you let go? It's 50-50 in the poll this morning. Half of us are able to let go, and the other half aren't. Well, I guess I understand both sides because at times I can let go. At times I let go completely. This here and us and what we do in the morning as the turtle herd, this open, honest communication helps me to let go in the moments that I struggle. And then there's other times like yesterday after this that I don't let go. I hold on too tight and I start panicking and freaking out and nothing's going to work out and I struggle, and then that panic and sense of impending doom consumes me, and I've got to reach out. You got to reach out to someone you care for and tell on it and figure out a game plan and allow them to help you. in whatever way they can. Subliminal. Hey, been a while. How's things? Things are going all right, brother. In the moment, we're doing pretty well. Having a nice conversation over a cup of coffee, reflecting, uh, letting go to the best of our ability. Letting go is the theme of the day. How do you let go? How do you let go of that struggle, that pain, that anguish that holds you? How do you set down the boulder of resentment and shame that you pick up due to our inadequacies as human beings? We all have them. How do you let go of things in general? These things that tie us to the past, to a moment that can define us and connect us to someone we might have lost and loved, but and then we hold on to too much, or how do we let go of that feeling of fulfillment that comes from purchasing something new, and so we continuously need that new sense of fulfillment until our house is so full that we're overflowing with things that weigh us down. How do we let go? That's the concept of the day. In general, I've been doing better. And a big thanks to you guys. Big thanks to you, Subliminal, for coming in today. It's been a while, and I appreciate you. You can never let go completely. Just don't let it eat you. I appreciate the heads up, Subliminal. You're right. We can never let go completely. I think you're right. I think you're right. Some things will kind of linger, and they linger for a reason. There's lessons in the struggle, right? We can't let go of the struggle completely. We'll lose the lesson. If we let go of the understanding of how much it hurt to get burned, we'll most surely get burned again. Right? We got to hold on to at least a little bit of that lesson of how much it sucked to get burned, right? Physically or spiritually, emotionally. I guess that this concept comes because of the amount of anxiety I had yesterday afternoon when things didn't work out the way that I wanted them to, and it was a struggle to get things organized to the best of my ability, and things cost more than I wanted to, and then that leads into my insecurities where I second guess everything, and before you know it, I'm freaking out. Um, this whole body panic that feels like I'm falling off a cliff and my mind is racing. It's a horrible place to be. And I do this shit to myself. Uh, I think part of it is something that's out of my control, and part of it is can be kind of tuned in with the work that we do here. I believe that, and I'm working on it. And that's all. That's all any of us can ask. Uh, you can never truly let go. Subliminal, I really appreciate it. Guys, chime in, please. How are you doing today? What's going on with you out there? How do you let go? Have you let go of anything? Are you working on something? Is there something you think you should let go of that might, enhance your lives? Are you holding on to double tapping that screen because there's some fear that your thumbs might fall off? Well, let that fear go. They won't. They're not going to fall off. You're going to be perfectly fine. Double tapping that screen is just going to show your appreciation for being here with us. Hitting that subscribe button doesn't cost anything. It'll just make you a member of the turtle herd, a valued member of this community that we're developing, a small, quaint place for us to have open, honest communication to the best of our ability, and where we can kind of reflect on these things and open ourselves up to the best of our ability, and that's what I'm here for. It might not be the norm, right? It's not normal. It's normal to hide all these things and to project this sense of like well-being and having everything under control. Well, that's not what this place is about. This place is about being real and appreciated. January, I'm very proud of you. And don't get rid of that thing. Put it aside. That's a big step, January. I appreciate you being here, taking off the way. She lost her husband a while ago, and he was a great man. That just brought a little bit of emotion to my heart because I did care for him. And I thank you for bringing it up, January. January is my nephew's grandma, and she's a good woman, and I miss you, January. I appreciate you coming in today. I've been making serious threats about calling Jacqueline and Bear for months now, and it's got to stop. And I got to stop with the serious threats. And you being here is a huge indicator. It's time to let go of that fear of I don't know what to say or what to do or if I'm going to be good enough. Well, it's time to let go of that and be there for my nephew. Thank you for the reminder, and I appreciate you taking that step of taking the ring off. It's time to It's time to set that part of your life down. It doesn't mean that your husband won't always be with you. It just means that, like, you don't need that constant reminder. It doesn't need to be in our face all the time tormenting us, because that love will come back around when we need it. The reflection of the love that we've lost will be there when we need it. But it doesn't need to be in our face 24/7. We deserve to take a break from it. Because if we don't, we're going to be tormented continuously. Subliminal. I just keep moving forward, accept what is, and make a promise to my old man. I'd at least see my life out, good, bad. I'm here for the ride. That's a good promise, Subliminal. I'm glad you made that to the old man. My I made some promises too to my old man there, to the big dog, and it's funny that you say that. These promises we make to our fathers. I promised Al that I'd always be there for that little bear, and I'm emotionally, my nephew, um, January's grandson. Uh, I've always been there. I think about him constantly. But I also made a promise that I'd fill my cup first. I took care. His big philosophy was take care of yourself, your family, your community in that order. And he knew me to a point where he knew that I skipped that first step a lot. And I've really been working on fulfilling that first step. So I think that's being there for my nephew. Physically being there when I have an empty cup, the way it's been, wouldn't be showing him the kind of man that But it's time to put that down. It's time to put that angst down. January, I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, just need to let go is I think what January's getting at there. But January, you're actually amazing. I appreciate you being here today. Family without doubt. I'm gonna make a call to Jacko, and hopefully we can do some kind of lunch or something sometime soon. I got a bunch of stuff coming up after months of kind of being stagnant and inside my own head. But I'd love to see you and Little Bear here soon. Do Yes. Can you let go? 77% said yes. That's awesome. That 70%, let's help our brothers and sisters out there that are struggling, that 30%, by openly, honestly communicating how we let go. How do you let go? If it's that simple, I mean, do you just like, is it a light switch for you? Or did you have to come to some realizations to truly let go? Is it for a lot of us, I think letting go is really hard. In January, I know how hard it was to take that wedding ring off. I'm sure it's somewhere safe, and I'm sure you're going to keep it in a beautiful place, which is a beautiful thing. Um, but letting go of that daily reminder on your hand, so you can move forward with your life like Roland would have wanted you to, is a big step forward, and I'm really proud of you. Don't lose track of that. We don't forget Al and the boys and Roland. But we don't need to be bombarded with that memory. We need to allow the lessons of their love to come at the right time. If we're surrounded and saturated by their memory, we're constantly tormented by their loss. If we allow their memory to come to us as the lessons are needed, then we're enhanced by them being a part of our life, not crushed by their loss. Um, Andy, took me nearly 15 years to let go in my dad's loss, but I let my faith guide me to Edith. Love helped me let go, and what I released it was when I released it was a bunch. That's awesome. Thank you, Andy. You're under, and here's the thing: it's a process. I'm not. There's nothing that's going to happen. That's bam, and it's over, right? I think that's part of what torments me. That I got to learn to let go a little bit more. Is like I get these concepts, right? This beautiful concept of letting go, and I immediately get angry at myself because I can embody that concept like right off the bat. Like as soon as I understand the concept, then I torment myself for not being able to embody it. It takes time. It took you 15 years, man. I'm still struggling. I miss my father, my brothers, my cousin, my mother, my grandmother, my stepfather. I miss Roland. He was a good man. We had some good conversations. You know, in this moment, I feel close to all of them because I can accept and let go of the torment and accept the lessons they brought into our life, and accept that a God of your understanding has a place for us. He has a time and a place for this to happen. Today, January is here, a beautiful reminder that it's time to reach out to my nephew. I've filled my cup. I'm starting to fill my cup. I'm filling my cup and taking care of myself. So I need to reach out and be there for my nephew, and be there for my sister Jacko, and for my stepmother, January. These beautiful people. Now that I have the energy It's time to be there. Subliminal acceptance helps letting go. You're right, to accept what is. We can't fight against the river of life. We must accept life on its terms. When you're not accepting things, you're fighting against the river of life, and you can do it for a while. Some of us can do it for years and decades, just fighting it. Yeah, standing strong against the current. Go yourself. I'm winning. I'm not going anywhere. Right? Like, how long can you hold out? How long can you stand your ground against the current of life? It continues to flow, and we have to accept and let go to truly start filling our cup, because we're not taking care of ourselves fighting the current. We have no energy left to do anything else but fight the current, right? But to fight the current. And it becomes exhausting. I've been fighting the current, and it's part of why I kind of think I collapsed yesterday and just had this, but I reached out to a brother. So you reach out to a brother, a sister, someone who cares, and whether it makes sense or not, talk to them, because it'll start to change everything. And that's what I did yesterday. I reached out to Misled Utopia. Uh, Andy, didn't happen overnight. Andy says it takes time and grit, determination, love for yourself and others. I think you're right. It starts with love for ourselves and others, right? That's the first step of letting go. You're right, 100%, man. Uh, that boulder of pain, that animosity for ourselves that's written on the chalkboard in Sharpie that won't wipe away, this thing that we were taught as children that we carry throughout our lives, that torments us, throughout it, because of our inability to let go. Uh, and in moments like this when we connect and I feel valuable, I understand these lessons, and I'm a little bit closer to wiping away that animosity for myself, a little bit closer to feeling okay. My hardest times are when people are rude or take for, and so people abuse me for stealing or accuse me of stealing from them. They misplace something and it automatically something else has it. Yes, January. I appreciate you sharing that. That's a struggle, right? This false allegations. I know you're an amazing person who wouldn't steal anything. And I know January personally. Like I said, as my nephew's grandmother, who's a kind and gentle, and I don't want to say this in the wrong way, but like not simple, but like some people are very harsh and like very direct, and like January is very kind and soft in a very simple way that's not like simple minded, but like like my stepfather John was like walked softly, like almost childlike, but not like simple and childish, but like kind and soft like a child, and honest, like a child, like you know, um, I don't know how else to put it with it, and I hope I'm not being insulting, January. I'm trying to like, it's hard to put a word on, because there's not, what you are is very valuable, is very unique. What my stepfather John was very unique. What I strive to be is to embody that uniqueness of kindness and walking softly that is like this childlike nature that we lose somewhere along the way. This soft, kind appreciation, and look what it does. I think that those people that are doing this, whether if they love you, it's because they're refusing to set down their boulders of pain and they're trying to hand it to you, and that's on them. And if it's someone who doesn't love you, they're trying to do this to manipulate you to have control over you. So keep that in heart and to reflect what's going on with those accusations. I had peeps hang out at my house, like a lot extra set of keys. So here's the thing, January too. I know that loneliness is hard. Losing Roland the way that you have. I pray that you find a way to, like I did. I opened my heart too much to too many people, and I got taken advantage of, because we want to fill that void, right? The void that the boys and Al left in my heart was so vast that I needed family. I needed that back, and I like at every turn thought I found it. Right at every turn, this person that I met reflected the values at first that was what I was missing, and we got to figure out a way to like put up some barriers, because that loss can make us see things that aren't there. That make us want something so bad that we see in somebody something that's not there. You know, these people that you let into your home, I guarantee you aren't who you think they are. And it's not, I don't even have to know them. I know you and I know the pain you're in. You know, I know me and I know the pain I was in and I know how I still do it sometimes because I strive for that connection. Um, you know, I'm here for you if you ever need anything. I know that it's hard and time goes by, and I'm glad that we're chatting now. Um, you know, and but I really care for you, and I'm a real human being who's here for you, January. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you didn't stop in. I had peeps. That's we got that one. Some things I've tried to pay people to come hang out with me. Says Tree Farmer. Absolutely, Scott. I'm starting to get resentful about the area I'm in because every person I have tried to make friends with literally robs me. Maybe we got to start looking in different places. I think that here in this small knit community with some open communication is a good place to look to start. I think that I really would like to come out. I know that where you're at, I've been there. I've met the people around there, and I think that you know the socially, not to say anything about anybody in Kentucky, but socially, there's things that are acceptable there, you know, in this mindset of the way that people are. There's very few people that like there's take care of your neighbor and stuff, right? But there's also this for a lot of the people, down there. There's this selfishness, but there's also it's finding the right people because I think there's less of that down there. It's just when someone's selfish and wants something from you, they're more willing to come and pretend to be something. So it gets, so it's easier to like find those people. To find real people that really care, that really are trying is a harder thing, try have you tree farmer look into Meetup. It's groups of like hiking and like different hobbies, and there's one that's like a singles group that goes out to dinners and stuff. Maybe that would be some kind of avenue to try to meet some people, so that and vet people. Don't just like January. I was saying to January, like I've got to learn the lesson. Like just because we meet somebody and they seem great and they seem like they fill this gap and we want someone around doesn't mean that they should be around us. We got to vet these people, tree farmer. January, me, Scott, you son of a bitch, you got to vet these people and you got to get past your own emotions. And it takes time to truly see somebody. I cropped 10 miles today. Crip walk 10 miles, Salters. Salters crip walk 10 miles today. Cheers to Salters and his 10-mile crip walk. Holy shnikes. Your hips must be killing you. Yeah. 10 miles of that shit. Anyway, letting go today. Salters, man, they're funny. Great. Appreciate you deeply. 64% of people. So the percentage is going down as the votes are going up. When it comes to letting go, either people aren't being honest or maybe there's some things that you guys can help us with if it is easy for you to let go. If you are letting go in a positive way that's conducive and easy for you, please inform us. Please help us of how you let go. How do you identify what needs to be let go of and what should be held on to? Where's the line between medicine and poison when it comes to letting go? Because there's medicine in holding on to certain things. There's medicine in learning the lesson and holding on to the lesson, but it also can become a poison when we become overwhelmed holding on to too much. January says, I have a guy friend who comes over. We eat together, but it's nice if he doesn't act right. It's nice to make him leave and not feel bad about it. I think you're right. You have all the January. I commend you. You're allowed to have. It's been, more than long enough to be respectful with Roland, and I think he'd want you to be happy but he'd also want you to take care of yourself. And I think that drawing that line of taking care of you, it's time for him to go. It's time for him to go. That's your house. That's Roland's house. You know what I'm saying? That's the love of your life's home. So like. He's not in this world anymore, and I'm sure that if I love someone deeply, I'd want them to be happy. Obviously, not right away. That would freak me out. Like I think, but that's why the traditional teachings gives us that mourning period, before we reach out. But that's a personal thing for you too. I'm not no judgment when it comes to grief and how we handle it. That's another big thing of the traditional teachings. And I think it's great that you have someone who can come over and have a meal with you, and you can communicate with and connect with. But again, let's evaluate why these people are here. Are they here because we need them, because we need to fill this gap inside of our hearts, or are they here because they're good people? And more than 50% of the time, it's going to be, it's because of our struggle and our pain. Yeah, and empathetic, caring, kind people draw in narcissists and selfish people. That's the reality of it. If you're a kind, compassionate human being and you've stuck around for this conversation, most likely you've dealt with a lot of narcissists in your life, um, and that's because they see us as prey. But we're gathering the tools here to not be prey for those narcissistic people, for those people who want to come into your home and take everything from you and use you and drain you dry and think it's a joke. Um, I'm Pokey says, I met Edith on Relax Jazz Cafe. He says, that's awesome. I chat on the YouTube every let full love. So out there, yeah, check out, Pokey met Edith on Relax Jazz Cafe live chats on YouTube. That sounds nice. Have to check that out. So yeah, guys, check out Relax Jazz Live Cafe on YouTube. That's where Pokey met Edith. Two valued members of our community here, our turtle herd. Because slow and steady, we weather the burden together. Be a member. You hit that button right there. You're feeling your thumbs won't fall off, and they do. We always thought they shouldn't have. But that's awesome. Thank you for that suggestion. Again, meetup is probably. I need to start taking my own suggestions. I've seen hiking groups. I've seen singles dinners. I've seen some different avenues of people, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere across the country that they have these groups. Maybe, and then vet people, right? Let's start vetting people. Let's, tree farmer, I understand how it is to be where you're at, brother, where we want people around so bad that we let the wrong people in. When we need something, it's like opening the door to vampires, man. Like we need people so bad. We need to fill that gap, man. And it's most of the time it's not very positive. So let's start vetting these people and let's start letting go of this empty hole that's inside of us through the loss and through our need, so that we can have true, real people in our life. Because I might only have a small group of people in my physical life. I have Misled Utopia and Sally and January and in reality, on a day-to-day basis, I have Rando and that's it right now. I mean, all these other people are on the phone. I call Rob from Misled Utopia. Sally's like family. January we haven't seen in a while. I could say, Jacko and Little Bear, but I haven't reached out the way I should have. This morning, while I let go, I'm starting to realize how much I do have, and now I have to reach out as well to the positive things. Stop letting this fear that something will go wrong and I'll ruin it. So I stay at a distance. That inner broken child feels that way, and I got to stop feeling that way. Get these good people back in my life. Let's see. So yeah, that relaxing jazz cafe. Andy, can you text that to me in one of my shorts, please? I would like to check that out. Subliminal. My problem is I moved to the city for work. Good job, but now 3 hours away from all my friends. Not much work in my hometown. So I'm torn between the social life or building wealth. I think that's a good one. It's a hard place to be, brother. Subliminal. Like I said, check out that what Pokey just recommended. Check out Meetup, and let's vet some people. Let's not allow our emptiness to allow people into our life, because manipulators are easy to let in. Manipulators are easy to find. Narcissists are easy to find, especially when you're an empathetic human being. So really vet people. And it takes time. It's not just one interaction where they did one thing and you let them go, man. Give people a chance. We're all human beings, but also keep people at a distance. How long did it take you to develop those friends? We've been on here for a while, and even in this avenue, it takes a little bit longer, but we've developed some really good relationships. Rando took years, and it's been up and down, and Misled Utopia became family relatively quickly because, he's my niece's father. I got really lucky with that. Sometimes we get really lucky. And Other times, we also still got to vet people. I wouldn't call them my brother day one. It took months of interaction and conversation, and not just the interaction to evaluate someone and how they interact with the people around them. When a narcissist wants something from you, they're going to act a certain way. I implore you to watch people how they interact with the servers or with people in their life or people on the street that they don't want anything from. That's how you're going to figure out who somebody is. Are they really a kind, gentle person? See how they act towards the server. Are they really a compassionate, loving human being? They don't have to give the hobo on the corner $1, but they also don't have to treat him like a piece of shit. Like, and a lot of times when we meet people, they're going to treat us a certain way because they want something from us. And if they're not treating us the way they treat the rest of the world, then eventually they're going to treat us like that when they get through with us. So Subliminal, you were here with us, though. I'm glad that you're part of this community, Subliminal. I'm glad that you're here, and we'll continue the conversation, man. I'm with you too. I feel like I've lost everything, and it's hard to find connections. And I'm working on dropping the serious threats and actually making some connections. January says, I talk to people as friends from Facebook dating sites. For my safety, I make them FaceTime me. I think that's a good one, January. I really do think you should check out Meetup. There's some hiking clubs here in Syracuse. There's that singles. So January, this might be really good for you. On that Meetup site, there is a singles dinner that happens once a month, and it's an extenuation of a bereavement / like divorce group. Like, it's called, like, there's like this bereavement divorce group that it's like an extenuate. I can't even say it. It's like an add-on to that, except for it's open to all singles. It doesn't mean just that. The people that created it went through this, divorce club, and then when they kind of got through that, they wanted to what was next, So they developed this thing where they go out once a month. I think that would be great for you. You go out to dinner and meet some friends that have been through divorce and loss the way you have, and that sounds like a really great place to meet people that are in the same shoes as you are, January. Seriously, please check out Meetup and look into the next time that singles group has dinner, because it sounds right up your alley. It sounds just like, what you're struggling with Roland and losing this great man. It's not about dating. It's about getting together and having a nice dinner with a group of people. It's not about dating, and it shouldn't be. That's not the main thing here. Jan, subscribe from Pomo Beach, my friend. Awesome. Long time no see. I was wondering how were you doing. I used to be homeless in Pomo Beach, 11 and a half years clean from heroin. Jane, we appreciate that. Thank you, Karma. We were going to commend Karma for her 11 and a half years clean, letting go of that lifestyle. How do you find good people? How do you vet the people that come into your life? How do you acknowledge when you're striving too hard for acceptance and love and you're letting in toxic people? That's kind of where this conversation's gone to. But it's all about letting go today, Jane. And I appreciate you, Karma, for coming in and being a part of the turtle herd here. Yeah, it relaxes, music, nice lives every day, 24 hours a day. Awesome, Pokey. Make sure you comment that. I think everybody should check that out too. Mention it again, Pokey, here in the stream, and I'll tap it, or I'll tack it to the top. It sounds like a good place to be, 24 hours a day, a good place to communicate, somewhere where you met Edith, the love of your life, who brought you here because she found this place first. Is absolutely amazing. Karma, in school to get my law degree, in a home and working 2 jobs now. That's awesome, Karma. Jane, we're so proud of you. You deserve to be praised today for your sobriety. And I praise you from the deepest parts of my heart, because I've lost people I've loved who couldn't let go of heroin. Heroin especially. So whether you're a prize, you're winning right now, despite how it feels sometimes. And don't forget to double tap that screen. Your thumbs will definitely fall off, and we will all laugh at you, and you will be thumbless forever. So you should do that right now. But seriously, letting go and moving forward. Jane, thank you so much. Let's send some hearts up on the side, guys. Come on, let's show some love to Jane for her 11 years of sobriety. Come together as a group, January, and her striving to find a new semblance of life. Let's just show a little bit of compassion for everybody who's out there today. I think that by sending some hearts up to the side of the corner there can show that we're a group and that we're willing to take the actions necessary to show love and respect. There we go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you, guys. It gets easier and easier to tap that screen, right? Um, but yeah, showing love and respect to you today, Jane, for your sobriety, showing love and respect to everybody out there for your open, honest communication. Thank you. I needed this morning. It was becoming a struggle. I'll be honest with you, last night talking to my brother, Rob from Misled Utopia, we talked about meditation and reflection, and I didn't realize how empty my cup was till I laid down at 6 o'clock last night, and I started kind of trying to meditate and quiet my mind, and then I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, like feeling refreshed for the first time in a long time. So, I highly recommend that. It's quieting your mind. I feel so much better than I felt yesterday, and I'm going to do my best to hold on to this feeling. And part of that is having a real open, honest communication here with you guys. Let it go. Leave it in God's hands. Thank you, January. God of your understanding is a blessing. I will do, Scott. At end of the live, I will leave details on this, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, put the details right onto this when it becomes a long form so people can find that 24-hour live where people communicate. That sounds like a great place. Also, guys, check out Meetup if you're looking for good people. And let's vet some people today. Let's let go of this need to attach ourselves to another human being because we've lost something. For the love of God, I'm horrible with that. I've held on so tightly and for so long, and I've clamored for love and acceptance because of everything that I've lost, and I've drawn in some very toxic people, and I'm trying to heal from that and find good people, and we're finding good people here, right? Everybody out there who's watching and communicating, even if you're not communicating, because I've found that's a big thing. People find it hard to communicate and interact. We're here for you. We appreciate you sticking around. There's a channel out there with a bunch of YouTube shorts that go into mental health and chunky bunnies and a little bit of traveling. And, this is what we do here. We're building a community of hope, love, and appreciation despite our struggle, despite my struggle with anxiety, depression, and grief. And we're slowing down and we're letting go today. I do, Scott, at the end. Thank you, Andy. Another me and Edith go and done on live chat 24/7 has lowly music. Awesome. Make sure you mention that for us in the comics. Success. I have created Go Juice. I have created Go Juice. Get that Go in you. Get that Go Juice in you there, Tree Farmer. I think that, depending on when we get out of here, before or after I get to Georgia, I'd really like to come see you. We are going to be in Tennessee in September, and I'd love to have you come out to the festival if that's possible. Again, Between Two Worlds in Tennessee. We're nailing down the date still, which seems kind of horrendous for such a giant event to be only a couple months away, and not have an exact date. But we have a venue now. They have a venue, and we'll be selling lemonades, and we'll be this art and music festival will be absolutely amazing. And I'll have some more stuff for you on Between Two Worlds relatively soon, a date hopefully, so we can get moving, selling some tickets and getting some people excited about going. Jan, well done. I'm proud of you for what you've accomplished. Nice one. Andy Pokey says congratulations, Karma. Oath, well done. Definitely thought battle. Sublime is back, or Subliminal is backing you up, Karma. I battle like a bee. I'm aware and clingy and getting where I'm going when I get there. People can't try to meet people, just get and let it happen. Professionals can sense. Yeah, predators can sense when you are in need. I think that's a big one. You're right. You're right, Karma. That's when the narcissists come in. When you're clamoring to need something, they can. And we, as these people that feel empty and who are clamoring because we've lost so much, must vet people. That's a big thing. I've put too many people in positions in my life because I'm lost and I feel like I need that, and without even realizing it.
So it's time to let go of that insecurity. You have what you need right here, right now. And with the chat that you know, our buddy Pokey recommended, and with the meetup group, and there's other groups out there depending on what your issues are. I implore you to get around people and then vet those people. I don't know if you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, there's meetings for that. If you have a problem with codependence, there's meetings for that. And codependence isn't some bad thing. I always thought it was codependence was like this thing that's like you're a horrible human being and you go from being all right to beating your girlfriend because you're coded. It's this codependent toxic relationship. Codependence has to do with your self-worth and putting people on a pedestal. If you tend to do that, you might be codependent. So maybe you want to check out Codependence Anonymous. And there's other groups in meetup that are just have to do with hiking, that have to do with knitting, and have to do with pottery, and have to do with going out and have dinner with a bunch of singles. Let's start surrounding ourselves with good people. Karma again. Everyone here is created perfectly. No matter how you feel, you are exactly who you are supposed to be, and this is okay. You are loved and still have here, so you are blessed. Thank you, Karma. That's a big thing that I'm trying to come to terms with. I'm exactly who I need to be right now. Yesterday, all that pain and struggle after I set this down and things didn't work out the way that I thought they should have, and all the pain and struggle that I went through continuously throughout the day, and the anxiety that built up, and this whisper that becomes a roar, this candle flame that became a forest fire that I couldn't put out on my own. I needed to call my brother from Misled Utopia, Rob from Misled Utopia. Check out his YouTube channel. You won't regret it. Beautiful musical medicine beyond my wildest expectations. Despite the fact that he's my spiritual brother and the father of my niece, uh, you know, it. When it builds, we need to reach out. We need to remember the medicine. Part of what we talked about yesterday was remembering and try to remember earlier, because the smaller the flame, the easier it is to blow out. Uh, Once it became a forest fire, we were able to bring it down to a simmer, but I was still simmering the rest of the day, still somewhat anxious until I started to meditate, and then I just fell asleep. And you don't have to be good at it. You sucking at meditation is fine, as far as Rob says. And it knocked me out about 6 o'clock last night, and I slept for 6 hours. I woke up solid for the first time in a long time, because I spent that time before I went to sleep. Probably I went to sleep way earlier than I usually do, and it helped me realize how empty my cup was, how emotionally empty my cup has been, even though we've been putting the work in. Everyone here is created perfectly. Yes, thank you, Karma. I will definitely try to be there. Uh, that would be awesome if we can get you there, man. Get you to hang out. That'd be great. I'm gonna try my best to come and see you too, brother. No expectations. I'm gonna do my best to have your back, because you're a blessed member of this community. Uh, Subliminal. Can't ever even. I wanted to in Australia. Well, here's the thing. Can't's a huge thing. You probably can't pull it off. You might not be able to pull it off, but let's do another. Let's let go of the can't today. Play with the idea of yes. Even though it might not be possible, say yes. Say yes and just play with that idea. It might not be possible, but just say yes. How could it be possible? Well, maybe if I took the time off. Not to say that you have to take the time off, not to say that you have to get the plane ticket, not to say that you have to be at the Between Two Worlds festival, but it feels good to play with it. Saying no feels abrupt, and you don't have to make that abrupt decision with anything. Play with yes when it comes to these things in our lives, and even if we can't do the thing at the end, it doesn't mean we have to be disappointed just because we played with the idea of yes, right? Playing with the idea of yes could set us free in a way that might make other things possible, because we're saying yes. We're getting more and more comfortable with saying yes versus saying I can't, right? You might not make it to this festival, but by saying yes and playing with the idea of how it might play out, it might allow you to become more comfortable with saying yes, and you might end up at a festival next to your house somewhere that doing something that is possible. Can't even wanted to Australia. Thank you, Subliminal. We love your face. Karma, please know every single one of you that in the story of humanity from the beginning and end, you are unique and special, that you will never be another you, and that makes you amazing. Thank you, Karma. You're amazing for bringing that up. You are amazing out there today. You're special and unique, and you're loved, and no matter how you feel, somebody out there wants to be standing next to you right now. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I feel like I'm alone and no one ever wants to be around me at times. I guarantee you, in this moment where I feel loved and appreciated, somebody wants to be next to me. Somebody's missing out not being here. Messenger Chris said that to me, and I almost didn't believe it in one downward spirals. He's like, man, so you don't even understand. Somebody's missing out. And I was just like, fuck that. I'm a piece of shit. No one wants to be around me. I'm a loser. Like, that I'm letting that whisper take over. I'm letting that whisper consume me. Well, that whisper, man. Listen to my voice right now. Somebody's missing you. All right. So we want you here as part of this community. We don't want you to let go. We want you to hold on and have love. Finally made it. Omar, thank you. So we finally made it. So on a lighter note, Diddy got away with it. I don't think he did. I think this is some kind of fake bullshit coming out. Did he get away with it? I don't think he did. Yeah, God threw away the mold when he made me. I'm one of a kind. Pokey, I'm glad that you feel that way. Not sure if I use the right words there. On a lighter note, it's not necessarily if he got away with it, it's not a lighter note. It's not a good sign for humanity. I've heard that he got away with it, and then I was told that he didn't. I don't know. I don't follow the BS. I'm kind of interested in it. I'll be honest with you because I'm human, and I really would like to see somebody who's got so much power get their just desserts and maybe some kind of semblance of justice in this world for the tormenting things people do when they have money. Dee Dee Lang, Dee Dee Lang. It's been a while. It's good to see you. You've been in before, I believe. I'm trying to wrap my head around Dan T. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of out of it. We're gonna call you Dee Dee, there, Mrs. Lang. But we're gonna call you Dee Dee. It's good to see you, Omar. You can, Omar. Subliminal, man, I'd love to come to be the U.S. one day. Subliminal, you'd be welcome. You'd be accepted and appreciated, and you know, uh, we'd appreciate having you. Here's the thing: play with the idea. What does a trip cost from where you're at? Just Google it. Google what a plane ticket costs. Google I don't know if you need a passport or whatever. What do you need? A plane ticket and a passport? How much money you need to survive here? You plan on renting a car, or or are you going to build a community online so that I mean, it's hard to vet people, like especially online. But like, if you ever came here, man, we'd figure something out. Maybe we'll get a campsite for a few days, get to know each other, and then go from there. I don't know if I'd invite you right in my home, never seeing your face. But doing some vetting through FaceTime, like January said, might be a good idea. Who knows, man? It might take a while to really get a solid game plan, but say yes to life, right? Karma. Try to think of your days as a story. Your story every day. You write your story. If something goes bad, you don't allow it to stay bad. Identify it was bad and tell yourself that that's the last negative. Thank you. You're right. And letting it, dude, let go of that negative. As soon as things don't work out the way you want, like, something really hit me yesterday that really chimed in, right? You're only supposed to have 2 hours of screen time a day, which are healthy. And what are the consequences of all this screen time that even I've been taking in video games and stuff as a kid is instant gratification, right? And when stuff doesn't go exactly our way, and we're spoon fed this stuff, right? And it's just easy, right? This information. There's no back and forth like there is here. I think this is good screen time in comparison, right? Because we're doing work, we're working on it. But when you're just watching TV, playing video games is a little bit better. But like you're just spoon fed all this stuff, right? And you get so used to being spoon fed information and ideas and whatever. It's so easy that when things don't work out your way, you just want it easy. And I'll admit that. Yesterday, I just wanted it easy. I want it to be my way, right? Get now. That. You will insure me because I said so the way I want it. Go yourself. You do it and give me a good price right now. I don't care. No isn't an answer. And we got all these Karens in the world that can't hear no, and I almost turned into that and I freaked out a little bit. And then, I had to find the solution. I had to do a little digging. I had to do the work, and that was uncomfortable. And that's not what I like because I've been programmed to just be spoon fed fucking everything. Even this person that I am that takes the leap, right? Like, fucking. Omar, beautiful words, Karma. Yes, thank you for acknowledging Omar. M. Dizzle, the Mike Thrizzle is here. I stand next to you any day. Karma, thank you, Karma. We're all stand together. FOMO is rough. FOMO is rough, I guess. Subliminal says, Karma, yeah, I accept the good and the bad. I'll see it out and enjoy no matter what that my thing of for what Okay, it says, I accept the good and the bad and the indifferent, my friend. I'll see it out and enjoy no matter what that's my thing for life. Yes, if I could just speak, I'm doing my best here. Coffee's starting to kick in. We're starting to rev up a little bit, and we're almost out of time. I got something I got to do this morning. But let's push forward as a group and learn a little bit more about letting go from our brothers and sisters. Scott, you should do a quick live from the festival so we can all be there. So when the festival happens, I'll be probably doing a 3-day live. I'm pretty sure I'll just do a 3-day live. We'll be having a lemonade stand. We'll be doing. I'll be doing an art exhibit where I do a live art exhibit, like just making art, wood burning. I'm thinking about doing. So we don't have posters yet for this, and I'm not sure if they're doing posters, but I was told that I could do posters. So what I was thinking about doing is doing spray paint art on a poster sheet, and then having a stencil of the festival's name. I could just spray paint the stencil, so I could do these. I could make individual spray paint art festival posters and sell them there as well. So we're probably going to do a complete 3-day live, so you guys can be there the whole time. So you will give me my wrench back, M Dizzle. I have your wrench. It's mine now. You can't have it back. Thank you. This happens just helping people through the struggle. Yes, thank you. Thankful. This helps. And it does help, right? When we come together as a community, it helps, right? Thank you for all the love over here on the side. That makes me feel connected, appreciated, and heard, guys. You're amazing for being a part of that. Interaction is part of a community. Right? The more you interact, the more we can all feel comfortable, the more we're helping each other learn and grow. January, you're 100% right. This does help. And I appreciate you being a part of this. This is why we're here. This is the medicine I lost track of not doing this. This is the stuff that despite how anxious and painful I felt yesterday, I kind of kept reflecting on, what we've been doing and where we're going as a group here, as the Turtle Herd. Hit that subscribe button and you can be a member of the Turtle Herd. Don't cost nothing. We ain't asking you for nothing. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button and you are a member of the Turtle Herd. If you'd rather just come in when you can, that's fine. But if you like this conversation and you want to be a part of it more often, then you're going to have to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification button so you get notified when we're doing this, because I don't have a standard time now. Look at all that love. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are amazing today. Backing each other up, being there for each other. Good to hear you're getting out there. Got a bus. So I did get the bus insured yesterday too. That was part of the struggle. I had to go here and there and pay way more and freaked out. And AAA tried to tell me $800 a month for insurance. I was like, what the fuck? Like, and that's what started this I'm an idiot thing whispering in my head. Like, what am I going to do? I can't afford that. But I calmed down. I went to Geico. It was a bit more than I wanted to pay, but for the two vehicles, $220. I was paying $120 for one, so whatever. And it's a bigger vehicle, so at least they took care of it in a reasonable way. But yes, we'll have the bus. Maybe we'll do a live later on, just kind of showing you that, or tomorrow. Omar, Adirondacks are coming in a few days, guys. I won't be able to do lives up there, but I'll take some videos and we'll make some shorts for you. Subliminal, yeah, I need a passport enough to have. Yeah, Yosemite. I would love to meet you at Yosemite National Park. I've never been there, so play with the yes. That's awesome, Subliminal, that you're playing with the yes. Who knows if it'll happen? Maybe it'll never happen. But you know how good it feels to play with the yes, right? To play with that. What I would need. I just need a passport. I wonder how much that would cost. I wonder how much a plane ticket would cost. I wonder how much access to, or renting an RV or renting a car or if I could hitchhike or how am I going to make it work while I get to the States? You know what I'm saying? Those are all fun things to play with when you're saying yes, right? Saying no just ends the fun, and you don't, just because you're saying yes doesn't mean you have to do it. It just means you're playing with the idea, right? Play with the idea. That's letting go of the fear and saying, let it go of the fear and play with the idea, right? No matter what it is. When you climb the mountain, you don't look back. You stand up, face, and feel the top. Yes. Thank you, Omar. I'm here, brother. You're here, his and hers. God bless you. God bless you as well. Karma. We're talking about letting go, his and hers. How do you let go, brother? When you get revved up, how do you let go? Please, we'd love to hear from you. What do you do to let go of that anxiousness and pain? Do you lean on your woman, who seems like an amazing human being? A little bit I've heard you talk about her through your lives, you guys interacting. Do you lean on your business? Do you lean on the concepts we're talking about here today? What do you do, brother? Give us some advice, his and hers, of how you let go, because it seems like a simple thing, but it's complicated. Jan, karma, life is what happens while you're planning it. Don't forget to be alive. Even bad days and days for that are a blessing. You're right, 110%. 110%. Life's a blessing, good, bad, or indifferent. You're 100% right. Life is what happens when you're worried about it, right? And so that's another thing too. If we're worried about all the splits in the river, not only are we living in all these different dimensions that are really hard to withstand all of those realities at once, we're missing out on the things that we're passing in the river right now. You know, the beautiful trees and the eagles flying and the and you know and the relaxation that could be happening in this part of the river. So yes, flow, and do the best we can. Smile. Have a great day, everyone. You too, January. We appreciate you. A big old smile Rooney for you there, January. Tell Jacko I said ho. Tell her I said ho. Yeah, she'll love that. Tell Jacqueline I said hello. And tell my little bear I love his face. I'm going to be calling them this afternoon when I get done doing what I got to do. Without a doubt. That's on my agenda today. If I don't do anything else, I'm calling my little bear and my sister Jacko later on, unless they call me first and I will answer the phone. Subliminal, always, mate. Gotta jump in bed for work tomorrow. Gotta earn my dollaroonies. LOL. Always have a good one. You too, Subliminal. I look forward to chatting with you again soon. Yes, January, thank you. Says M. Dizzle. Cool, bro. I'll be watching from Scotland, he says. Thank you, Pokers. What's up, his and hers? Like, comment, subscribe, share. Yeah, do all those things that his and hers says. It's good for you. Got all the vitamins and nutrients you could ever need in just one double tap of that screen, good sir. And if you hit that subscribe button, you'll live forever. No, that's all bullshit. Don't believe that. But you will have a sense of compassion and love and appreciation in an overflowing kind way. You'll learn how to set down the fucking boulder of pain that I love to carry, that I'm working on setting down. You can be part of a community that open and honestly communicates about the struggle of life and doesn't glorify the world around us. Like every other fucking YouTube thing or every other Facebook or every other whatever that we look at and we're so envious of what they have. You'll always get the 100% truth here of the struggle, of the kindness, of the love, of the acceptance. We'll find it together through the struggle, and we'll be open and honest about the struggle. That's something that's very rare because everybody wants to put on the glory face. Everybody wants to show the glory shots of their life and be put on a pedestal. And we're all pieces of shit because everybody's way up here because they're doing all these great things. Well, you know what? We do it, and we're going to do it minimally, and we're going to show you how it's done to the best of our ability. We're going to Georgia in a piece of shit school bus I paid $3,000 for. We've jumped in the Dodge Avenger, my car, the Galactic Avenger, in my playlist. And we've made it there and back in a piece of shit, zip tied and spray painted, and that's the way. It's not perfect. Is it perfect? No. But that's life, and we're going to show the realistic nature of life so that you understand it's possible from wherever you're at. For me, starting this, it was a video journal that turned into this through getting someone to help me and their advice to do it, but. When I decided to do it, a big part of it was to show other people that it can be done, that you can say yes and you can do amazing things. You don't have to have $100,000 RV or a bunch of money in the bank or a trust fund or some job where you can make $1 million, on your computer. You can DoorDash Spark Drive across the country and make enough money to survive in whatever piece of shit car you got. You just got to be willing to work on it when it breaks down. You got to be willing to YouTube whatever goes wrong and fix it. Jane, Karma, never met any of you, but I know I love you all because we are all doing this thing called life together. Teamwork. Yes, I love that, Karma. Bring in the dice. The dice, we should roll some dice in the bus today because we're rolling the dice getting the bus. That's a good idea. Let's roll the dice later on after I get the school bus, if that's what happens. No expectations. Because this shit's been a week process of trying to get this thing in my hands. Pretty good. Jane, thank you for saying that. Wise words, M. Dizzle says. Tree Farmer, let's go, Omar says. Let's do it. I got to get going. I'm trying to get caught up. Thank you, says Karma. I do love each and every one of you. I gotta start getting quick. January, I read the Bible, study ND lessons, and all kinds of music. I think that's good advice, January. I think reading the Bible, the Quran. There's a book called To Become a Human Being that's based on Leanne Shenandoah's knowledge and connection. He was the Tanadaho chief of the Six Nations. I recommend all these connections, all these people's connections to God, I recommend you open your heart to them. And you don't have to agree with them, but there are pieces in there that you can identify that are connected with a God of their and your understanding. If you read Leon Shenandoah's that book based on his wisdom, there's a lot in there. You're gonna be like, wow, this guy was connected. If you read the Bible, you'll be like, wow, this guy, Jesus, was connected, right? If you read the Quran, Jesus is in there too, and there's a bunch of other people, and there's a lot of things going on. You'll be like, wow, there's a lot of stuff in here that these people that wrote this are really connected. You don't have to agree with all of it. No one says that for you to read the Quran or the Bible, you have to agree with all of it. But I implore you to get out there and let go of your animosity and your fear of other people's opinions, and indulge in their connection with God, and you'll see that their connection is valid. And you don't have to accept it. You don't have to change your beliefs. You just have to accept that there's love and wisdom and grace in their connection as well. And that can be hard, right? We have our medicine and it works for us. And we're so, I get freaked out too. Like, no, take my medicine. Take my medicine. It works for me. Like, no, like I'm taking my medicine. I'd like you to experience my medicine. But you don't have to believe anything, right? Omar, letting go. One must let go. Each day is a blessing. I reflect at the end of the day, did not do the best. I tried. You didn't do your best, but you tried, Omar. That's amazing. Scott, give me my effing wrench. You're not getting shit, MD. I'm keeping it forever. It's mine now. Go yourself. Love you, Karma. Omar says, we do love you. 3.0, number 3. He says, exactly. We love your face. I hope you subscribe, brother. Karma, I'm going to skip right down. Oh, no, we're right down here at the bottom. I don't have to skip down. Karma says, number 4 says 3, or MK3. And number 4, awesome. Omar, what's perfect? What's perfect? Question mark, says Karma. Not that. What's not a real expectation? There is no perfect. There is only real. There is only real. You're right. Woo, woozers. We are really behind in the comments. I didn't think we were that far behind now. We're getting caught up. Well, I'm dizzy. Me too. I'm trying to get caught up. I'm dyslexic and I got ADD like a son of a bitch. You think this is easy for me? But I'm doing it because I want to make sure that you're heard. And we hit the bottom. We got a bunch of love. That wrench is hilarious. That wrench is mine and you'll never get it back. Caught up. We are caught up. And it's about time for me to let go because I got to clean up and I got to get to therapy. Something that seems asinine at times, and but having a professional to chat with has been a blessing. Angie is, Andrea, is a beautiful human being. So I implore you that if you're struggling, to have an outside opinion is a beautiful thing. I struggle with even going, but I'm going to go. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep doing the thing. I'm going to go to therapy, and I'm going to talk a bit about my struggles this last week, and I'm going to talk about how beautiful this morning was because we had a conversation. And then I'm going to go put this bus on the road, get plates, figure out a way to get out and pick it up, and then hopefully we'll roll some dice in the back of the bus today. What do you say? 5 pound? 6 pound? 7 pound? You need to talk sometimes. Yes, MD. And in different scenarios as well. This is beautiful medicine, right? But in that scenario, I can, it's different. In the scenario one-on-one with my brother is a different conversation. And all of that brings different medicine to the table. So don't forget to double tap that screen. Subscribe if you like the conversation. Let's keep it going. Hit that notification bell if you haven't, even if you are subscribed, so that you can get notified when we come on here because it'll be random. Yeah, you go. Thank you, January. I appreciate it. I know, and it's something that, here's the thing, man. I'm going to praise myself for doing this thing that's a struggle. That seems asinine at times, to be real. It's, but I'm going to keep doing it because I know it's good for me. Even if it's just having a conversation with another human being who might know a little bit more than me. That's enough. It doesn't have to be some profound thing that changes my life. She's given me a couple good pieces of advice and she backs me up and she tells me the truth. What else could I ask for? In a biased way, someone who's not a part of my life, who can look in and, obviously through my goggles, like she only knows what I tell her. Well, she knows this channel. She's a member of the Turtle Herd, I hope. She said she checked it out. So I guess she... but she's got a lot going on. And Liberty Resources isn't some place where you pay thousands of dollars. She's got probably 8 people a day she sees for 45 minutes a day. And, you know, um, she's, I'm sure, working hard compared to someone in a private firm. Um, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't care. She wouldn't be there. Funny coming from me. What do you need to talk? Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Funny coming from you because somebody wants to act like they're fucking big, tall, and strong all the goddamn time, huh, MD? Miss Brick Wall over here, right? Talk to somebody and shit. Open up, like, Miss. I'm gonna take care of everybody, but don't worry about me ever. Yeah, that one. I'm calling you out because I love your face, sis. But you're getting better at it. You're opening up. You can always reach out on Discord with me, MD. You can always say, hey, I'm having a rough day and I want to tell on it. That would mean a lot to me. A real friend just recently told me the truth that really almost made me tear up in a positive way, man. I was feeling so bad for like expressing how anxiety ridden I was. And he looked me right in the face and said, I'm your friend. I want to be here in these moments, man. I want to be here for you now. You don't ever have to feel bad about expressing how you feel because I'm your friend and I love you. And I was just like, it like switched the script on me. I went from anxiety to like, I was still feeling anxious, but I like felt whelmed and loved, man. I didn't have to feel ashamed of telling on it with this person I cared for because that's what friendship is. That's what love is being there. I want to be there for you in those moments where you're struggling. You're not a burden to me when you're struggling. You're a blessing to me because it makes it easier for me to lean on you when I'm struggling. That's real love. That's real compassion. Real love is effort over time, and real love is doing the thing. Sometimes real love is doing the thing you fucking hate to do because you love the person. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna wash the shit off your ass, and I'm gonna clean you up and take care of you, even though I'm fucking want to knock you the fuck out. I'm gonna pick you up off the ground. I'm gonna drag you home drooling on yourself, and and I'm gonna put your ass to bed, and I'm gonna wake up in the morning, make you some bakey, and I'm gonna tell you you're an idiot. And that's okay. That's love too. That's real love. That's the truth, friend, buddy. Oh, that's so sweet. Your friend sounds like a beautiful person. He's an amazing human being. That's Rando. Rando said that to me. And because I get so insecure about putting my weight onto others that I like want to apologize when I feel like heavy. It's time to set that down. It's time to let that go. That fear of like bringing, it being too heavy, right? Amen, says Omar. Come on, brother. Preach it. Thank you, Omar. Yeah, love you too, Scott, mate. You're you're a nutter butter. I'm a little bit nutty. But MD, please, everybody out there, please remember that you are a blessing when you open up. You're a blessing when you, even if you don't know, if you have a rough day and you want to come in here and say, fuck, things are just fucked up. It's just trash. It's all fucked up. I don't know what to do. It's okay. Let's sit back and talk about it a little bit. Express yourself as much as you want. I value that time because that'll allow me to open back up to you. That'll make this place a true, safe, loving place to be. It doesn't always have to be rose petals and whiskey dreams, man. It shouldn't be. But anyway, no, I love my nutter butter. I know you do, Omar. I love all of you guys. I really appreciate everybody being in today. Thank you for double, triple tapping that screen. Thank you for all the love on the side today. That really inspired me. I'm going to go have a positive interaction because of you today. I'm going to go and take this love and appreciation and support, and I'm going to move forward in a positive, loving way because you guys allowed me to find this positivity this morning. I'm not going to say today's going to be perfect, or maybe I'll have another anxiety attack halfway through it, but I'm going to remember the medicine a little bit more because we got to do this together this morning, because I reminded myself of the medicine. I gave thanks for the circle of life and the earth beneath my feet and the wind upon my face and the lessons that come through the struggle. I'm going to give thanks to Creator, God of your understanding, for opening the door and for giving me the knowledge that I must walk through that door, that nothing will happen in my life if I don't get up and do something. And at times, I can't get up and do anything, and that's okay. Those times are okay too. Lady J, love your face. You missed a good one today. You have to come back and rewatch it and maybe comment in the comments if you'd like. I appreciate everybody who does go back and comment in the comments. That helps the videos grow, helps our community grow. If you want to go back and just comment in anything, watch time does matter. So you just clicking on stuff for 2 seconds doesn't help. I just want to put that out there. It kind of up the algorithm. So if you do want to click on something and watch at least a chunk of it. If you do just want to comment on something, that's good too. I just, do what feels right. I just want to kind of give you the information you need to help Anxiety be gone. Bam! Yeah, I wish it was that simple. It's not. So if you're out there struggling today with anxiety, take your medicine. Acknowledge as what the medicine is. Reach out to someone you love. Try to meditate a little bit. Try to empty your mind to the best of your ability. And if you pass out for 12 hours while you're meditating, then you needed it, like I did last night. So laugh and smile. Kick some ass today. Yes. Put a smile on your face. Watch something funny. Listen to some good music. All these things that seem asinine that the darkness pushes us away from. Because I don't want to listen to music. I don't want to laugh. I'm angry and spiteful and resentful because I'm carrying around boulders of pain. You know, that, man. Put on some good tunes. Put on some Misled Utopia. You know, put on some Nako Bear, some Sublime, or some Misled Utopia. And listen to some really good tunes, man. He's on YouTube. I highly recommend it. Check out Misled Utopia. You won't regret it. It's become this center of my spiritual medicine that helps me grow in a way that I didn't think was possible. I fell asleep sunbathing in this garden. Just woke up, noticed you're live. We're all motivated to. Yes, Lady J. I hope you didn't fall asleep for too long. I fell asleep in the sun before. Actually, those were back in the crazy days. I fell asleep downtown, like on my side like this, and I woke up and half my face was beet red sunburn, half my legs were sunburnt. This my arm, and then this inside of my arm was sunburnt because I was passed out. Like, it was horrible. Sounds great, lady. We love your face. Go have a fight with Bigfoot. I'm gonna go headbutt Bigfoot and his bitch ass. He ain't got nothing on us, right? We are the turtle herd. We weather the burden together. You know, one turtle ain't gonna do shit, but we're gonna swarm this Bigfoot with 1,000,000 turtles, and he ain't gonna do nothing. That's how we're gonna weather the burden together. That's weathering the burden together, tackling the storm together. Because one turtle alone will surely suffer, but all of us together can create a beautiful community of strength, love, and appreciation, and we can learn to let go. Sounds good, Lady Day. We love your face. I got to get going. Thank you guys, everybody. I'm off like a herd of turtles. Subscribe, hit the notification button, double tap that screen. Your thumbs won't fall off. Leave comments and whatever sees fits. Feel free to check out the playlist, because most of this channel is long forms. Please check out Coffee Talk if you haven't. Please watch Coffee Talk on a loop. You might catch something the second time around listening to it. It's got some really awesome visuals, and I worked really hard on Coffee Talk and would really like to see that grow, so that we can do a couple more of those. Once I hit 1,000 views on that, then that'll motivate me to make another one. We're at a little over 500. So get out there and experience the channel today and tell me what you think, good, bad, or indifferent. Is this short shit? You want to go on my lives and check out Bun Bun? Check them out. You want to go check out my shit car, The Galactic Adventure Bleeds? Check it out. You want to check out some of the places we've been? It's under cool stuff. Some of the good deeds we've done is under The Next Right Thing. There's a lot, if you want to just go through the shorts and check them out the way that Lady J has, and just comment, that's absolutely amazing. All those things are going to help this community grow. And every time we get a new subscriber, a new Turtle Herd member, we grow in strength and love and appreciation. So keep that stuff in mind. Take care, everybody. Thank you guys, everybody, for sending love. Omar, you're amazing. Let's take a look at the top fans before we go. Pokey's got 150 experience points. Lady J, always at the top. Omar, Tree Farmer. January came in today. Rampage, his and hers is in there. Subliminal, Andy, awesome. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of people commenting today, a whole bunch of experience points. And then let's go over one more time before we go. I know I'm horrible at letting go, and it's time to let go, but 22 voters today. 32% said, can you let go? No. Well, I'm glad we could be here for you today. Everybody, thank you so much. Again, don't forget, hit that, become a member of the Turtle Herd. Hit the notification bell so you can be part of the next conversation, and check out the playlist. Coffee Talk. You'll love it. It's primary right there in the front of my page. Conversation between two brothers trying to figure out this existence that we're in to the best of our ability. I take a lot of pride in building the visuals and editing the audio, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. Would love to hear what you think about that. Would love to hear some feedback. We've gotten a lot of feedback on it, but I'd love to hear more. I've got a couple audios lined up, and I need to find the motivation. So I'm making a promise right now. We had 1,000 views on that Coffee Talk, and I'll make another one. That's my promise to you. I said 5,000 followers, and I'd quit smoking, and I quit way before that. So this one I'm sticking to my guns. 1,000 views on Coffee Talk, and in a while, crocodile. Go kick today's ass there, ladies and gentlemen. Everything's going to be all right. Slow and steady, nice and easy. Do the next right thing. It'll exceed your greatest expectations. I'm off like a herd of turtles, full of caffeine and motivation because you guys have been sending your love all morning. Catch you soon.